Hi everybody, it's Drea. So today I am doing a makeup use up. I don't even know where to start. I've never done one of these project pans ever. There's a couple reasons. Well, let me just say this. One of my New Year's resolutions is to only buy makeup that excites me. And kind of going along with that idea is to only use makeup that excites me. Like, I'm not the kind of person who wants to force myself to use something just for the sake of using it. Do you know what I mean? I only like to use stuff that I like. So I've never been one of those people who wants to really do a project pan because I get sick of things really easily. So I kind of decided to approach this in a way where I'm gonna try to use these things up, and they're either things I really like to use, things I'm really close to using up anyway, and then things that I think I can maybe just hit pan on, like not necessarily use it up completely, but just touch pan on a few things. So because I've never done any kind of project pan before, I kind of want to not overwhelm myself, but at the same time I'm looking at this stuff and there's quite a bit here. So it might be lofty, we'll see. I think what I'll do is do quarterly updates for you guys. I'm definitely not going to do monthly updates. Like I said, I'm not like a project pan type person, and I don't want my channel to be focused around that. This is just like a project for the entire year of 2017. So, you know, I don't want to be doing 12 videos about it. So I think I'll do quarterly updates for you guys. Let me know if you think that's a good plan, or if you think even that's too much. I could just do it 3 times a year or just at the 6-month mark. I don't really know how to approach this because I've never done it before. But I'm going to show you what I'm planning on panning for this year or using up. Okay. So because this is just kind of my own thing, it's not following any sort of set of rules, I just kind of picked a whole bunch of random stuff that I think I can get through. So first of all, this might look lofty, but I use this almost every single time I do my makeup. So this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is a full size. I went through 2 travel sizes last year, so I'm pretty sure I can use up this entire thing this year. What I do with this is I'll use a combination of primers on my face. A lot of the time I'll use a pore filling primer here, and then I'll do some other kind of primer on the other parts of my face. And then because I still want my makeup to stick, my last step is I'll spray this over everything. So I know it's a little bit extra, but it's just what I do, and I like to do it that way. And so I'm pretty sure I can get through that. The next thing is this from the Estee Edit. It's the Pore Vanishing Stick. Now, I've talked about this a lot. I only just bought this at the VIB sale. So I've already talked about it a lot on my channel as being a favorite. But I've actually put a dent in it over the last month and a half of owning it. So let me roll it up all the way. I will do like a notebook, you know how people do that, where they mark where something started. So that's how big it is. I'm pretty sure I can get through this in a year because I use it right now. I've been actually focusing on my Benefit, what's it called? The pore one. You know, the famous one. I can't think of it. I've been focusing on that, and as soon as I'm done that, I'm going to start using this for my pores, and I'm sure I can get through it in a year. Okay, this next part, we will see, but I love this foundation. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is actually, even though it says hydrating, it's excellent for oily skin. I was looking at it, and it's kind of hard to see where it is, but I think it's about up to there right now. And again, I've only had this since maybe October, and I've already put a big dent in it because I really, really like it. So I'm sure I can get through this in a year. Concealers, I wasn't sure which to pick. This one is the Lancome Effacerness one, and I love to use this on days when I'm doing no makeup because I just use this as a concealer and then I don't wear any foundation. So I actually take it down pretty far underneath my eyes when I use it. So I do use it, you know, a lot of it when I use it, if that makes sense. I use a lot of it when I use it. It's a really good kind of natural concealer, and it was quite expensive. I'd like to use it up so that I can, you know, get it out of my collection. I did just do a concealer declutter. So the concealers that I have, I know work really well for me. So I'm not worried that I'm gonna hate it after a while. This I'm including because it's very, very low. Like, this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and you can see it's right down to there. So there's not that much to get through. And this, like, there's not much to get through, but I haven't used this in months. I don't know why, because I've just been focusing on other things I really like. So I'm just wanting to force myself to actually use it up. So there you go. Now this is a weird product because even though there's only this tiny little bit in it, that's where the actual product is, right there. I've owned this for at least 18 months now, and I still haven't got through it because I don't know. I'm not sure that this really does anything, but did I even say what this is? It's the Dream Lumi. It's all rubbed off. It's from Maybelline, and it's the Dream Lumi. It's kind of like, it's not a concealer, it's like a brightener. And for me, I can't use this under my eyes because I just have really super dark circles. So I've just been using it like kind of to highlight my face before I powder. So that's how I'm gonna try to use this up. We'll see. I'm sure I'll force myself to do that because, you know, there's not really that much product in there. Okay, I have two face powders. One is the NYX Stain Matte But Not Flat. I'm sure that I can get through this. This is a fairly new product and I've been using it daily, and I'm sure I will use this up because I really, really like this powder. It's excellent for oily skin. So I'm sure I can get through that. Now this one is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium, and I've had this for quite a long time. I have put, I think you can tell, I've put a dent in the dome shape of it. So I think I can probably get through this in the next year. This has a much more silky finish than some mattifying powders do. This is not like a mattifying powder, it's just like a regular face powder. I just thought it'd be good to use up a MAC product because, you know, like with the back to MAC thing, it would just be fun to be able to say I used up a MAC powder. Funnily enough, along those same lines, I have my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Now I do use this daily, but even after using it daily for at least like the last 6 months, there's still a ton in here. So, you know, like I said in the beginning, I'm including some things that I know are really close to being used up so that I can, you know, have some success with this. So again, the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, I have hit pan on it. In fact, I only just hit pan 2 days ago. So I was pretty excited when that happened. Obviously there's still a lot around the edges. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can get through this probably within 6 months, I think. Okay, eyeshadow. Now I thought about including a single eyeshadow, but ultimately all my favorites, you know, I still want them to be favorites. I don't want to get sick of anything. Do you know what I mean? Like that's why I'm like so hesitant to do this in the first place. I don't want to get sick of products that I actually love. So what I thought is maybe I could just hit pan on 2 different eyeshadow palettes. So not necessarily definitely not every shade, but like at least 1 shade. You know what I mean? So I'll hit pan on 1 eyeshadow in a palette. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Basics 2, sorry. And I love this. In fact, I put it in like my favorites of 2015. I do love it, but I haven't touched it in a long time just because I have so much stuff. So I figured if I just put this in the project, I'm sure I could use this all the time because, you know, they're really good transition shades, really good brow bone shades, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure I can hit something in here. And then this is a palette that I fell in love with this year. It's the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. In fact, this is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. Brush just fell on the floor. Again, I just want to hit pan on 1 of these. I'm not sure which one it'll be. I was actually thinking about, well, which one would it be? I do use the 2 reds quite a bit, like these 2 right here, the pinkier shades. And this orange shade I use a ton. I use the brown one a lot too. And this Vermeer shade here for all over the lid I use a lot. So there are a lot of shades in here that I use quite a bit. So I'm sure that I can hit pan on something. It'll be interesting to see which one I do first. So for eyeliners, I really wanted to include a black because I use black a lot. Now I don't often use a kohl black liner on my upper lash line because you guys know I tend to stick to liquid liner to do wing liner. But I do use black liner on my waterline and on my lower lash line a lot. So this is the one from Lancome. It's the Drama Liquid Pencil in Noir Intense. This was like pretty much a regular size, I don't have one next to me, but like a reasonable regular sized pencil to begin with, and I've put a lot of work into this one already. So I think that I could probably do something with this, like really get to using it up this year. And then this one I've talked about to death over the last 2 months because it's a favorite. I used it in a Get Ready With Me and a bunch of stuff. But this is the Estee Edit Inside Track Eye Kajal. And again, I want to put stuff in here that I love because I know I'll use it. And I love this product so much, especially this side. So this side is the one in Urban Nude. It's what I'm wearing in my waterline today. It's super creamy, super brightening in your waterline. Like, it really makes your eyes open up. And then I actually really do like this liner here on this side for like the upper lash line. And this is Bold Bordeaux, which is just like a really nice creamy dark brown shade. So I definitely know I can use this up because I use this now almost every day. But I think I can use this up a lot too. Like, I actually use this. The reason this is lower like already than this one, I think you can tell, like it's shorter, is because this side goes such a long way. Like, you don't need a lot. I haven't had to sharpen this as much. I've had to sharpen this side more because I usually want to point on it when I use it, if that makes sense. Okay, bronzer, highlight, and blush. I know I can use up a full bronzer. I really want to concentrate my efforts on the butter bronzer. This is a favorite of mine. I love it. I've already put like so much into this. You can see like it's all mushy. Like, I don't even know what word. It used to be like beautiful ripples. Now it's all like all messed up. The only concern I have with this is it almost looks like it's getting hard pan a little bit in the middle. That's the only concern I have. But this is the bronzer I've used the most this like over the last year, and so I would like to use it up. I'd like to get through that. I'm pretty sure I can. This is not really a highlighter. It's kind of like a hybrid of a face powder and highlighter. It's one of the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass in dim light, and this is the travel size. I don't know if you guys know, but you can actually purchase, I think, all of them now, but I know a few definitely, in this little mini size for a lower price. And this actually, I did originally start using this kind of all over my face to kind of, you know, brighten, but with my oily skin it doesn't really work as well as I think it does with people with dry skin. So what I've been using this for is actually just setting my Painterly paint pot, and instead of using an eyeshadow all over my lid to set that, I use this because it's a very silky powder, and so then when I go in with my regular eyeshadow on top, it does kind of really glide really nicely. So I've actually put like a nice dent in this, so I would like to use this up over the next year. Okay, this highlighter here, I have been using consistently over the last year. This is the Laura Mercier Highlight 01. And you can see, this is a mini size again, but you can see it's completely flat. Like, it started out as a dome shape. And I really like this because, here, let me just give you a little swatch. Because it's very subtle. And the way I like to use this is I'll put it on underneath my blush. Then I'll put my blush on, and then I'll go in with a really intense highlight because it really just intensifies the highlight on top even that much more. And you guys know I really like an intense highlight. So I use this actually a lot, like at least every third time I do my makeup. So I'm pretty sure I can get through that. Now, a regular highlighter, there's no way I'm gonna pan an entire highlighter. So I thought what I would do is try to hit pan on Champagne Pop because I love Champagne Pop. It's so beautiful. I mean, I'm sure you guys know what it looks like. It's so beautiful. It suits my skin tone so well, and I just really love it. I did put a lot of use into this, you know, in the first few months after it came out, and I've kind of put it away a lot and used other things. So I thought I would just kind of take this out, try to hit pan on it over the next year. Thought that would be a fun goal. And then for a blush, I know there's no way I'm going to use up an entire blush. My blush collection is extensive and I love blush, but I thought I could hit pan on one of my absolute favorite blushes, which is Lotus Pink from Laura Mercier, the Second Skin cheek color in Lotus Pink. I got this in the spring of this year. It's right there. And I've loved it since the first day I used it. And you know, when I bust this out, it's really hard for me to put it away. So I know that I can definitely do some damage to that. So let's talk about lip products. I really hesitated putting this in here because it's so expensive. I almost don't want to use it up, but at the same time, I love this lip liner and I use it constantly. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. If you guys ever read my description bar, when I remember to tell you what's on my lips, you'll see this in there a lot because it goes with so many things. Like I'm wearing this today with Dolce from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the liquid lipstick, but this just goes with so many things. It's just like a beautiful kind of deep nude shade, and so it goes with so much, and it's like a beautiful consistency. It glides on really well. It's called the lip cheat because the idea is that it's supposed to make you cheat. You're supposed to be cheating people into thinking that your lips are bigger than they are, because it's kind of like a shaper. And even though I feel like I have pretty full lips to begin with, when I do that with this, they really do look kind of plumper. So a few months ago I did a rehaul video, and this was one of the items that I rehauled. It's the Dior Addict Extreme in 356 Cherie Beau. And when I did that rehaul, I said, you know, these lipsticks are not that good because they're so expensive, but they wear off your lips so quickly that it's almost not worth it to buy it. And ever since then, it really got me thinking, you know, I spent a lot of money on that. I'd really like to use that up. So over the last kind of month to 6 weeks, I have been using this a lot. I take it to work with me and I put it in my pocket a lot so that I can just slap it on. And you can see, like, I have put a lot of work into this already. Let's roll it up all the way so we can see what it fully looks like. Looks like there's a hair on it. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so that's how much is in it right there. And the other thing about this is, you guys know I love my nude lipsticks, and this is just like a really nice neutral nude. It's super creamy, so I know I can get a lot of use out of this. I used up a lipstick this month. You will see that in my empties. I'm not gonna say which one, but if you know me, you probably know which one it was. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay, next lip product. I'm sure I can get through this because I am very close to getting through 2 of these already. These are the Revlon Colorburst Lip Butters. This one is in the shade 020 Brown Sugar. This is completely full, but I'm confident I can get through it because I have, like I said, gotten through those other 2. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of a weird color, but this is how I use these, and you guys might laugh at me. I really just use these in place of lip balms now, which I know sounds weird, but just around my house, like even if I'm not wearing makeup, I'll put one on because it feels like a really intense lip balm. Like it really moisturizes my lips. So even though this is this weird brown color, which, you know, may suit me in some looks and might not in others, I'm just gonna use this like a lip balm. So that's how I'm gonna get through that one. And this one I'm really hesitant to do, but this is kind of a lofty goal, but I think I'm gonna include it because this is a shade I can wear all year round. This is a MAC lipstick. It's a luster and it's in the shade Sweetie. It's a very famous shade. A lot of you probably already know. This is how much I have in there. It's not completely full. I just compared it to another MAC lipstick a few minutes ago, and it is a little bit lower because I do use this quite a bit. I actually carry this in my purse, which is why I think I can get through it. It's just a really sheer pink, which I can just slap on with almost any look in the world. So I think I can get through this in a year. I'm pretty sure I can. And again, fun to use up a MAC product because of the whole back to MAC thing. That's it for makeup. At the very last second before I started filming, I thought I would include a perfume. I just used up a little miniature perfume the other day, and it really just, it was a good feeling, you know, to actually use up a perfume. It was a little miniature, but still, it was a good feeling. This one here is actually my absolute favorite scent ever. It's my, what I call my signature scent. It's Amarage from Givenchy, and this used to be the only perfume I ever wore. This is actually my 3rd bottle of it, but I haven't used this one in a long time. Like I will spray it, you know, maybe once a month or something, but I haven't consistently used this in a long time because I just have started using other ones. But this one still holds such a great place in my heart. Like I wore this on my wedding day. I used to wear this every day for years, and I love it. I love the scent of it. It's such a strong, like it's really strongly, heavily fragranced and sweet. It's not a light scent at all, but it's my scent. So, you know, I love it. I'll put the link to like a website where it'll tell you what the notes are if you're interested. But you can see it's up to here. I'm sure I can get through this for sure within a year. So I just thought it'd be fun to include that as well. That's the end. One of the little thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys saw my haul, one of my last hauls. I picked up these emoji stickers from Winners, and I thought I would put the stickers on each one of these things so that I can remember they're in my project, which I thought was kind of cute. I got that idea from Lisa Stevens. She does like a makeup use up thing as well, and she puts stickers on her things, so I thought that would be a good idea. Okay, I am really looking forward to this. I never thought I would do a project pan because, like I said, I don't like to force myself to use things I don't like, but I do like all these things, which is why I want to do this and why I'm confident that I can. So leave me some encouragement in the comments if you don't mind. Let me know if you're doing any kind of project. And again, let me know how often you would like to see updates on this. And that's it for today. So thanks so much for spending your precious time with me. It always makes me so happy to know that you guys like to do that, and I love hearing from you as well. So here's to a great 2017. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.